Hello everybody, and welcome back once again to Let's Play Pillars of Eternity. Yes, Pillars of Eternity Week is back once again. It's taken a while to get started, I do apologise, but I haven't had the opportunity to sit down and really play the game. A few other things on the go, a few other distractions, kind of waylaid me a bit. So I sit here now, on Friday evening, at 10 to 11 at night, which is not the usual time I start to LP a game, but I just felt in the mood to kick things off. So as we left off last time, 3 weeks ago now, maybe even longer, we were finishing up and at Heritage Hill. We managed to solve the mystery of the undead situation. We also had a run-in with the Crucible Knights and were asked to carry out a task, but we have decided to mull it over, because that task would have put us at odds with various other factions in the city, and we wanted to get those factions' opinions before we made a choice. So we're not going to do that now. We've been in this city for some time, and we really want to explore a bit more. So first things that we are going to explore will be at the Madmere Bridge. It's near the city, it's nearby, we have never been there, so let's check it out, see what we're missing. Also, our second port of call, and probably final port of call for the session, will be at Anslog's Compass, because I am aware that there has been a new DLC slash patch recently to kind of celebrate, commemorate, anniversary or something, I don't know. It's something to do with the new game that's coming out next year. It's kind of something like to do with that. So there's some new portraits and there's some new soulbound weapons which we can purchase. So we're going to go check them out, go check out what's on offer. We're not massively rich, we've got 10,000 coin, but we'll certainly make note of any potential items that may be of a great assistance on our quest, and return if we have some money to spare. Fedora obviously spending some coin on this lovely Telda's ring recently, which has kind of put a bit of a dent in his coffers. But if there's something that catches his eye, particularly for himself, he's not one to hold on to coin for the sake of it. Coin tends to slip through his fingers at certain points. Anyway, enough chit-chat. Let's crack on with some gameplay. So we can't quite get to Madmere Bridge from here. We're going to have to go to Black Meadow first, and then kind of head south. And our barracks is completed. I didn't expect that to happen straight away at the session here, but well, it's good to see our keep is expanding. Right then, so what we're going to construct next? We have the Barbicans, east and west. We have Bright Hollow, of course, including all of the items within. The keep, the bailey, the towers, and the barracks, so we can actually hire hirelings, which can defend our stronghold during attacks. Could be useful. Dungeon, of course, so we can take prisoners during our travels. Merchant stalls could be handy. Sometimes we do have a lot of clutter to sell, and it saves us having to visit an inn every time. It's 1400 coin, doesn't offer any bonuses though. Craft hall, providing us with merchants. Weapon and armour merchants could be handy. Curio shop. Oddball curiosities, exotic creature parts, generates a random creature. Yeah, Fedora is quite an eccentric character. Oddball curiosities would certainly pique his. A chapel giving us lots and lots of what do you call it again? Prestige, that's the one. Forum for prestige. Training grounds, honing combat skills, giving us extra security, which we could do with right now. A bit more security is required. The hedge maze gives us security. The Warden's Lodge for high-level bounties. A woodland trail for a little bit of security with some prestige to boot. I'm thinking hedge maze. It's 1400. It's not massively expensive. Gives us some extra security so that that tax money doesn't go wandering off into the hands of thieves. That'll do for now. Oh god. What did I say? We had 10,000 coins. It's just decreased, hasn't it? So this is the hireling screen, which we didn't have available before. 10 copper pans per day to hire these guys. So you get you can hire a different variety, and each of them offer different things. Some offering prestige, some offering security, some offering both. But I can see straight away here that a Valian shock mage would resonate well with a Valian mage. Fedorn being a Valian mage, of course, so a fellow brother of the art, a fellow brother of culture. Certainly. So we'll bring him into the fold. That instantly improves our security levels marvellously. And who else? Roatai Linebreaker, Skirmish, Vagabond, Orderless, Disciple, a Mercenary Miser, a Golpat Knight. Yeah, we'll go for that as well. So that'll do for now. That's 20 copper pans per day. Not breaking the bank, I suppose. So a knight, an honourable fellow, and a fellow Valian mage. That seems about reasonable for now. When we get a hedge maze, that'll take our security up even higher, and we can then start to focus once again on more prestige. So that's just do nicely for now. Right then, so where were we going? That's right, we were going to Madmere Bridge, but we're going to have to go via the south path, I think. So she'll have to find a way south and see if we can get there. There we go. Hopefully we won't be accosted on the way. Mind you, actually I hope we are accosted on the way. I could do with getting my combat arm flexed. It's been a while, I'm a bit rusty. Don't want to be diving into any tough fights straight away. Could do with a bit of a sighter. Right, here we are, Madmere Bridge. 12 hours. We could do with resting actually. Come to think of it, we've travelled now for almost 2 days. Yeah, you blighter, you bleeders! We've been Wait a minute, we've barely landed and we've been attacked. I did say I wanted to flex my combat arm. Consider it flexed. Right, hireling payday. Total wages paid 100 copper pan. What? I thought we were paying them 10 copper pans a day. Where did they... Oh, we hired them, right? So it cost us 100 to hire them in the first place, and then it'll cost us a further 10 copper pans per day, right? Okay. Yeah, that's fine. So we have a path. We'll kind of follow the path for now. Or maybe we won't. Come back. There we go. Let's get ourselves into position.
Ready, Watcher. Sure.
Send Sagani out to have a bit of a scout. So we have a Zarit priest. All on his lonesome? I don't think so. Or maybe. Maybe they are all on the lonesome. Unlucky for him, eh? Although there does appear to be an encampment. Has his friends deserted him? A fine hatchet, some camping supplies, and some copper pans. We could camp here, I suppose, if we get desperate. Can't seem to be able to access this. Never mind. Righty here then. What we'll do, we'll just go a little bit further south first, just to make sure there's nothing else here. Which there doesn't appear to be. We'll kind of go for a flanking maneuver. Oh. No need for such extravagant tactics, it seems. A couple of bloodstones and a weapon, and some springberries. Oh, how we remember those things. Our life hung in the balance. And we relied on finding a bunch of them.
Yes. They won't see me coming.
Any hidden goodies in this abandoned camp? Not really.
Hey, nothing will slip past me.
So this appears to join up with the main pathway. Some more herbs.
Hey.
Appears to be kind of a crossroads type situation here. Whoops. More Zarips. More than one this time. Good. Okay, we could do with the priest being interrupted. Who's who here? We'll send... No, we won't. We'll send Nadog in. Do some interrupting. Oh, he's running off. Okay. What are you doing? Don't run from me! You mangy beast.
Ready when you are. Hey.
What is it?
Have a quick nosy up here, make sure that there's nothing that we need to concern ourselves with. So we have kind of a pass here. A rocky pass.
Hey.
With herbs and
Hey.
stuff. And dead animals. And a troll. Marvellous. 2 trolls. Not so marvellous. I think we can take 2 trolls, but we just need to make sure there's nobody else.
Ready, Watcher.
Like, I don't know, one of those bigger things. Forest lurkers, is that the one? Some Zarips down there. 2 trolls up here. Are they guarding something, or are they just making a nuisance of themselves? Who knows? What I do know is that I'm sure with Fedoran we have a fireball spell that we have never used yet. And these are the perfect candidates. They're weak to fire, and they're slow, so that he can actually cast the spell and get close if necessary, and then have time to run away without being attacked. So this is the prime opportunity for him to finally be able to cast fireball. It's been a while, but we're going to make use of it finally.
Say the word.
Come on, Fedoran. Oh. Oh, I thought they were slow. They seem to have sped up since I last remembered them. It's not good because they're going right for him. You there? You there, Fedoran? Run. Oh, he did get him. He did get him. 25 burn damage, 45 burn damage. Interrupted. There we go. He knows what he's doing. Yeah, they're badly injured, they're crippled and whatever else. Yeah, it's fine. Don't need to run off now, Fedoran, turn around. Don't need to run so far. Combusting wounds would be good. They're again resistant to fire, so any wounds that the melee people do would go down quite nicely. I think I only hit one of them. It's a shame.
You should have run!
Oh, they're going down.
You should have run!
Make an awful racket, don't they?
Hey. Hey.
So there is nothing else up here. It was just two trolls. We could have bypassed them, but yeah, why not just take them down? A menace, a blight on society. So is that everything? Appears to be so.
You're not getting through me.
Dead on.
Oh,
Hey.
Well,
got some Adra?
Of course.
Could have been. What are they doing with Adra?
Hey.
What looks to be another kind of pathway. The other side of the rocks. Okay, somebody
Hey.
complaining about looters here. Woman in kind of tribal attire. I'm sure Fedoran feels relatively safe enough to approach right now. She was a nasty character. Should have attacked us on sight. Curse my luck. The woman mutters, kicking her foot into the ground and upturning a clod of soil. As you approach, her ears twitch and she turns to greet you. "Hail, traveller," she says with a half-hearted hand wave. "The bridge to Defiance Bay is out. If that's where you're headed, you'll need to find another route. We've just come from there. We're just exploring, having a bit of a look around. But out of interest, Fedoran asking what exactly destroyed the bridge. The river has been rising on account of all the storms. Here, where the river narrows, the flooding did the most damage." The old woman folds her arms, a scowl overtaking her face. Guess they didn't make things to last around here, did they? Some of the stone columns collapsed in a flash flood, taking the whole middle section of the bridge out to sea. Madmere Bridge was the most direct route from Gilded Vale to Defiance Bay. Merchants and travellers now have to find boat passage or add days of extra travel to loop around the bay. So I started a ferry service, thinking I'd earn some coin and help others cross over to the bay. She shakes her head, ears twitching. And that was a bigger mistake than the time I allowed a cipher to court me. Mistake, you say? I had been attempting to turn a quick copper, but she bites her lip, her face turning flush with anger. Just my luck. The blasted currents threw my ferry onto the rocks, dashed it, and my profits to pieces. Making matters worse, when I went to prowl the shore to salvage whatever shipping crates didn't sink, a pair of looters attacked me. She stomps her foot into the ground. The damn brigands had the nerve to attack. I managed to avoid harm, but now they have stolen by force all that is left of my fortune. She eyes you for a long second, her hand cupping her chin. You know, you look like you'd fare better against those looters than little old me. Could I enlist your help? Well, all woman trying to turn to a business to make profit. Can't blame her. In such hard times, and have those profits whisked away by looters. Fedoran is horrified. He's not going to look out for his own personal gain, simply stating that he will take a look for these low-life scum. Peregrine smiles, her ears perking up. Thank you. I'm sure those thugs have made a mess of my stock, but maybe there's something there to be saved. We know how to get to Defiance Bay, no problem. Okay, so ferry flotsam. So, wants to help recovering the goods from the ferry wreckage. Looters are trying to claim the cargo for themselves. Okay, sorry, I'm getting the wrong end of the stick here, aren't I? They haven't stolen from her, they're just looting the wreckage. In that case, why is she trying to claim the wreckage back herself? Have they threatened her? Have they tried to chase her away? I mean, I know they've been opportunists in picking up the plunder, but it's not the same as robbing her, is it? So if we can kind of talk them round, we'll try and avoid violence if we can.
Of course.
Of course, if they attack us first, it'll be self-defense, but... Oops, what's this? Looter. Okay, they're attacking us first. Fine. No need to feel bad.
Yes.
All right then.
So this must be the way to the wreckage then, if this is where the looters are attacking us. Okay, they're not necessarily attacking us now, though. Right, well, just in case they do, there's a big group of them, and Fedoran kind of gesticulating to Adair to just go and have a bit of a conflab.
Hey.
Gathered around the soggy timbers of a ship wreckage, men and women pick through the driftwood, snatching muddy silverware, mouldy clothes, chipped pottery, and anything they can spot amongst the detritus. All eyes turn towards us as we approach. The group trade nervous stares, until at last a woman in muddy clothes steps forward and speaks. "Where are Bretel and Terran?" she asks. "They were just up along that path, and we heard fighting." Her eyes narrow and her hand moves towards a knife on her belt as she anticipates your reply. Okay, well look, we didn't necessarily want to come here to cause a problem. We anticipated trying to talk you down. They attacked us first. It's a matter of self-defense, exactly that. You killed them. You see her eyes tear up before she buries her face in her hands. The men and women around her take a step back, eyeing you cautiously. Hanwyn looks up, wiping her eyes. "You speak of self-defense? Well, we are defending ourselves from this storm." Her voice rises and her face grows flushed with emotion. "The floods took over our entire farm. We have nothing left. Nothing. No food, no roof. And now, I don't even have my cousins." Oh dear, I think Fedoran's face just dropping slightly. She throws up her hands in despair. "We don't want to fight you. We've lost enough already. Please, just leave us." Okay, simply stating why we're here. We were sent to investigate missing cargo. Well, we didn't necessarily mistake your cousins for looters, but we've already explained the situation with the cousins. Looting? But this is a wreck. What value does it have? Yeah, this is exactly what we thought when we reread the conversation. Looters. Yes, they're looting, but if they don't know who this belongs to... Oh, they all look frightened and worried. "Please, we need these supplies dearly. The storm took everything from us. It is not our desire to steal, but we are destitute. Should we let these wares just sink to the river bottom?" Oh. Now, we just killed those two. It was self-defense. We are sorry, but, you know, it is what it is. Fedoran has committed murder, you know. He's a murderer now. You're killing a fellow Valian tradesman. But anyway, that's a different story. But they were obviously very weak. They fell with a couple of blows. They weren't bandits, armed and hardened, and you know they were obviously very, very unprepared. We believe this woman. We certainly do. And if that other woman, whose name was it? Peregrine, yeah, if Peregrine was that bothered about her own stuff, she'd have got it herself, surely, or come down to explain to these people. She's just stood there, chuntering away, kicking dirt, expecting us to do her dirty work. We're not going to, obviously, play the harsh line with these people. And also, we're not going to, no. We're not even going to claim these goods and take them back, I don't think. So we're offering our services here. Poor people. We've killed their cousins. She's tearing up. They're all looking frightened and worried. Fedoran offering his services. Perhaps you could tell the merchant you found nothing beyond bits of driftwood. From her point of view, it will be as if the river washed it all away. Besides, how much copper will she really make by selling these rotting clothes and soiled wares? Good point, I think. Good point. Now, there is such a thing as theft by finding. But, you know what? On the balance of probabilities and all that kind of jazz and weighing up the options, I think we've just found nothing here but bits of driftwood. Yeah, the goods have just sunk to the bottom of the sea. I apologise, Peregrine, but that's the way life is, isn't it? We'll see what we can do. Thank you, she sighs, wiping sweat from her brow. You are the first turn of good fortune to come our way in a very long time. She snaps her fingers at one of her comrades and points to a pile of supplies drying in the sun. We don't have much, but take this as a token of our thanks. Oh, please, no, we don't want to take away from anything from you. You've lost your farm and everything else. But if we really must, then whatever it is, I'm sure we're very grateful. And it's down as thievery. What is it? Nothing. They've taken the wares and they've run. That's fine with us.
Hey.
All right. Well, it's not a very big map, this, is it? Okay, we shall return to Peregrine and give her the bad news.
Just say the word.
Peregrine bounces on her feet at your approach. My helpful stranger returns. Have you managed to find anything yet? Even if all you found is driftwood, just knowing those looters got what they deserved would moisten my britches. Yes. Picked through the wreckage, but nothing was salvageable, Fedoran explaining. Must have washed away. Peregrine kicks her foot into the dirt several times. I figured just as much. Well, thank you for your assistance. I suppose I need to figure out how I'll recover my investment. At last her foot stops kicking and she lets out a long sigh. Thanks for trying. If you find yourself in Defiance Bay, search out my shop. I'll need all the customs I can get. Search out your shop? You could have given us a district. Would have helped. Not that I've been ungrateful, but perhaps if we'd have saved her stuff, her shop would have sold more extravagant wares. I'm thinking.
Hey.
But at the end of the day, I think we're definitely happy with our choice there. Fedoran could not have lived with himself if he had just struck those looters down where they stood. Certainly not. She seems like a savvy woman. In talking about investments, she'll bounce back. And the fact that she's got a shop, well, she was obviously not in need of those rotting bits of stuff than those poor people were. All right. So we are still keeping an eye out for some kind of a cliff, because for Sagani... Is it time and tide? No. The long hunt, yeah. Some kind of a cliff we saw in a vision in relation to the statuette. Looking for Persoc, and there was a talk of a cliff. Can we find said cliff? It's going to obviously be surely on a coastline somewhere. There isn't a great deal of many coastlines, though, is there, in this map so far? So the only bit of unexplored area here is the bridge itself, which we know is broken.
It seems the Deerwood sees its share of floodwaters. We'll have to go around.
All of these characters, we can't talk to them. But we haven't done this for a while, so do you know what? We'll do it today.
Ready when you are.
Today. Okay, so Fedora just flexing his soul-reading muscles here. You see a battlefield covered with bodies. There is death everywhere, the sound of metal on metal ringing over the gore-stained ground. The cries of the wounded fill the air, occasionally masked by the death knell of another casualty. This man is running, but from what you cannot see. His breath comes in laboured gasps, his eyes are wide and terror-filled. As he runs, he wrestles with the blood-spattered tunic. He tears at the fabric as though it burns his skin, his desperation eliciting small mewling sounds from the back of his throat. His foot catches on an arm, sticking out from a pile of bodies he is trying to manoeuvre around, and he spills forward, landing on a fallen soldier, looking into his dead eyes. The mewling increases in intensity as he scrabbles backward, trying to push himself off the body. His hand slips on blood-slicked armour, and he topples to the side, landing on his back. He starts shaking his head, cheeks wet with terrified tears. He pushes himself to his knees and he surveys the field, his eyes wide, breathing so quickly he's almost hyperventilating. Stumbling back into motion, his hands return to the tunic, eyes swinging wildly about, surveying the carnage around him. His frantic fingers finally tear the tunic from his chest and he throws it to the ground, the sounds of battle still echoing in his ears as he flees.
Hey.
Right, and we're back in the present day.
All right, then.
So that is Madmere Bridge. Really not a great deal to report, must be said. But you don't know until you get there, do you? So on to Anslog's Compass then, for some shopping. Now, just where this trader is supposed to be is another matter. Unless he's marked on our map, she could well be. Sea Cave, Zarep Camp, the Dial, and Ranga's Camp. Could he be at Ranga's Camp? Okay, so I don't know if I actually came this far across or not, or whether or not I had to actually install the DLC. So the patch install, I'm not sure if I had to install the DLC separate, so I sort of deactivated, reactivated it. Anyway, he's here. This is the top and bottom of it. Ponamu Bird Scorned.
Yeah?
And a Mallerman. Giving us a bit of a story, eh? Apparently his ship went down. Asking who he is. Chronicler of the Huana people. Yeah, I mentioned he was shipwrecked. Okay, well, the only survivor. Right, let's get to the good stuff. I just want to buy you. I just want to see what you got to sell. Just tell me what you got to sell. Ooh, goods from Deadfire. Some trinkets of the highest quality. Not to kick a man while he's down, but what the? Ooh, Fulvano's blunderbuss. Good old Fulvano makes a return. Well, I don't really think we need a blunderbuss per se. I mean, these are, I believe these are soulbound items. I'm led to believe. Would it say soulbound? It says unique. I don't think everything's soulbound potentially, but seeing as it is about Fulvano, we will read the description here. Though never as famed as he would claim, Fulvano's eccentric. You know about him, of course. Travelled by foot. Yeah, we've read that before. Despite its worn surface, this firearm functions as if it were made yesterday. Its firing mechanism is smooth, and its aim as true as one can expect for a shot slinger. pristine condition may suggest that Fulvano never actually fired his gun. What a surprise. Lending credence to an otherwise apocryphal quote often attributed to him. Lead and steel can rid you of an enemy, but only wine transforms an enemy into a friend. Indeed. So we got a, oops-a-daisy. Excuse me, can't be flinging money around here. One-Eyed Melina's gold-fingered spike flinger. Binds with either a chanter, a cipher, a druid, a ranger, or a wizard. One of our party members has a crossbow, and I think it's a dare. This is an arbalist. It's our priest that's the arbalist, right? No. I think it... Let me have a look-see here. Who had the arbalist? Oh, it was Kana who initially had an arbalist, I think. I'm getting confused. Why has he got a cap? Hermit's hat. Oh, is this the hat that we got from the looters? +2 to intellect and immune to confused. Does Fedoran have a hat? Oh, he does, but he can't replace his lovely feathered hat with this rag. No, sirree. Right, here you go. Have that. Oh, it fits. If the cap fits, wear it, right? That'll do. +2 to intellect. That's pretty useful for our priest friend. Fedoran, although the intellect would be very useful for him, I don't think, don't think he wants to give the impression that he needs an intellect boost. He's already an intelligent man. And B, he would not part with his feathered hat.
Ready when you are.
Right, okay. So we don't need that. We don't want a saber. We don't really want a club either. This is a soulbound item. One-handed club. Some clothings. Boatswain's uniform. +20 deflection, +20 will, +4 to damage reduction. It's classed as light armour. With a DR of 6. That's pretty good. And then deckhands, I think we'll go up to deflection and reflex. Helmsman, deflection and fortitude, so high bonuses. DR of 6 for only -10 recovery speed. It's pretty good then, isn't it? Yeah, better than the robes. Better than the fine robes. Certainly. More damage reduction, less recovery penalty, and extra things. The only problem for Fedoran wearing that, although one could be pretty useful for our priestly friend, maybe. Not just yet, because they are kind of pricey, but... Constitution, though.
Just say the word.
Oops. Fedoran wouldn't be seen in something like this anyway. For his own... Ooh, Valian clothing. We already have some. Is it the same Valian clothing that he's wearing, though? Having slightly different Valian clothing would be nice. Wearing different clothes on different days. Fighter, rogue, priest... So basically, grants for Firebrand 3 per rest. Oh, that's pretty nice. And as it levels up, it'll unlock a lot of other stuff. Does it say barbarian? It does say barbarian. Sure, we saw another item somewhere else that also give the chance to summon Firebrand. Okay. Hats, including a company captain's hat. company captain with a feather? This is on Fedoran's wanted list. Oh, it is indeed. The Valian Trading Company, the only mercantile company with the full backing of all 5 Duke Bells of the Valian Republics. This feathered tricorn hat bears the company's mark on its inner lining. Its dapper styling accentuates the wearer's grace and allure, helping them to stay in command during the most onerous of predicaments. Yeah, I don't think he's going to wear it that often because resolve and dexterity. In fact, it's better than the hat we've got, which gives us no bonuses. So although resolve and dexterity might not be necessarily great for us per se, how much is this? It's going to bankrupt us. But Fedoran's a sucker for hats. He's a sucker for hats. He's a sucker for hats. And money slips through his fingers. Okay. Oh dear. Company's almost bankrupt, but I don't think Fedoran cares. Oh, let's have a look at it. Oh, marvellous. Oh yes, it's marvellous. He loves it. It goes with the Valian clothing that he's got on. And it bestows upon him that aura of authority, of leadership. People will know he's a man in charge when he strides out in such finery. Resolve and dexterity. Marvellous. Just have to make sure that we already have dexterity. We already have dexterity, and it doesn't stack. So the dexterity is no use to us. And next, I'll be saying that we've also got resolve on something else, which means the resolve is no good either. But 8,000 coin, but it is soulbound though. So if we bind the soul on it, that means nobody else can wear it, and why would he want anybody else to wear it? Takes 300 damage and it unlocks the next level. So we can see what the next level will be. Not so useful now because we've already got a dexterity bonus from something else. Resolve, fine. Let's just double check this. Yeah, we're getting +2 dexterity from the gloves, 1 resolve from the company cap, but the dexterity on the hat is suppressed because it's outmatched by that. So we are getting the resolve, but it's soulbound. It's a new hat. Is it worth 8,000 coin? It's debatable right now, but it does level up with us as we take damage and may become even better. Fedora doesn't care. Thank you! The firebrand belt may be useful in the future, but for now we're going to have to focus on making some coin. Back to Fedoran's Keep. Wow, the hedge mage is done.
Looks a little healthier than before.
So it should. We have hedge maze upgraded. Let's go check it out. We have... oh, look at that. That's looking a lot less overgrown and a bit more shaped. We also have... what did we get? Hirelings. Can we actually go in it now? No, we still can't go in it, but it's looking far better than it did. Bright Hollow, of course, is up to scratch. Home sweet home. Still a few buildings that need repairing, of course. Aloth has returned. Pelagina is also here, although we won't see them, of course. Effectively, they're out and about doing other stuff. Valian Shock Mage.
Ready when you are.
Hello, fellow friend. How goes it? Nope.
Hey,
You should respect the man in such a hat, he's thinking. And there is the Marshal Foreman. Don't know where the Golpat Knight is hiding out.
Just say the word.
There should be an item waiting for us here in our little treasury. A ring. Let's check it out. It is a ring of extra damage reduction from corrode and freeze and immunity to stuck. It's the kind of thing that's good for a tank, right? Immunity to stuck. You don't want your tank getting caught in a web or other such thing. Extra damage resistance against different elements, pretty useful. Making sure that he doesn't have corrode and stuff from elsewhere, which he doesn't appear to do. So I think that's pretty useful for him. Raises overall resistances, immunity to stuck. Brought back by Alof from his foray to wherever he went. Right then, so I think this is a good place to end it. We're going to go and rest up in Bright Hollow, come back refreshed, recuperated and raring to go, and Fedoran donning his new hat, probably putting his fighting robes on, not to get his Valian clothing dirty in the bowels of this here keep, because we're going to clear out a couple more levels for Kana. So, yeah, join me for that. See you soon.